You know what else would be cool besides these shades? Is if these three things from MK11 came back at MK12. Sorry guys, that was a little bit cringe. But yes, that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. Now obviously there are a lot of things at MK11 that I would definitely like to see come back for the next game. So if you guys would like to see a video based on more things that I would like to see, make sure you drop a big thumbs up on this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that video from me. With that being said, let's get started. I should probably say that the things that I'm going to be talking about are pretty small and minimal, but I think would make a huge difference. So the first one I want to talk about is keeping the option to have different announcers. I thought it was such a unique and cool idea to have different characters announce the game for you. Personally, my favorite one to use in MK11 is Kronika. I'm not a big fan of the character, but I'm definitely a fan of Jennifer Hale's voice, and I would of course welcome the opportunity to have Jennifer Hale be the announcer of a Mortal Kombat game. I mean, who wouldn't if we're being real here? It's honestly one of those new features in Mortal Kombat that I didn't ask for and I didn't expect, but also one that I didn't know that I wanted, and I would hate to see this option go away for MK12. It's one of those small things that make a big difference in your experience playing a Mortal Kombat game. Like if Onaga is in MK12, I would love to have the option to have an Onaga announcer voice. And in my opinion, the best voice actor in MK11 is Matt Yang King, the voice of Liu Kang and Fujin. And I would absolutely love a Liu Kang voice announcer, but also I would very much love a Fujin announcer voice. I mean, that would just be godlike. No pun intended. But I think the voice announcer that I would like the most is the option to change to the 3D era voice announcer. I'm pretty sure that guy is still around in the studio. I don't know that 100%, but if you have the opportunity to get the guy back, definitely give us the option to have the 3D era voice announcer be the announcer again in MK12. By far my favorite one in the franchise. Let me know in the comments below which Mortal Kombat character you would like to see be a game announcer for a Mortal Kombat game. Again, my choice is Fujin. Now the next one is related to gear. I want to be clear that I do not want gear in MK11, but if there's one thing from the gear system that I did like, it was the option to change different intros and different outros, or different victory poses and different intro cinematics. It's also one of those small changes that make a big difference in the experience, because in previous NetherRealm games, every character had the same intro and they had the same victory pose. And it got a little bit repetitive, especially when you were doing towers that were like 20 characters or something like that. And you had to see that intro and that outro constantly and constantly and constantly. It just got repetitive. But with MK11, you have the option to just mix and match, attach to them all, and you don't know which one's going to appear. And again, it made the experience a whole lot better. It also gives the characters an opportunity to express themselves. And as somebody who really cares about characterization, it's very nice to see them do gestures that remind me of why I like the character and why the character is the way they are. What I really hope for MK12 is obviously number one, bring this feature back, but number two, I would like to see them do every single victory pose that they've done in previous Mortal Kombat games. Every single one of them, even from the 3D era. I don't really see a reason why that can't be possible, so you might as well do it, right? Remind everybody the character's history just by showing off their victory poses. I'm noticing that games that have the option where the character is doing some sort of intro cinematic or some sort of victory pose give the option to have that character have multiple intro and outro animations. And sometimes they're even DLC. And screw it, apply that to the mid-round victory and loss animations as well. We kind of had that at MK11, but you didn't have the option to customize them. Once you unlock them, they're there on your character forever. In MK12, I would definitely like to see some customization with the mid-round animations. And give us the option to have some mid-round loss animations as well, and customize those. I think that would be super freaking cool. Anything that adds on to expressing character personality is very much welcomed. And lastly, this one's the most important one to me. I really hope this comes back for MK12, and that is keeping the face models for all the returning characters from MK11 into MK12. Number one, MK11 was the best the characters have ever looked. Every single one of them looked absolutely spectacular because of the face model scanning. And number two, I really want some consistency on how the characters look. When you're going from MK9 to MKX to MK11, all the characters look drastically different. Except for Raiden, he's the only one that stayed consistent. But it really just frustrates me at the lack of consistency with how the characters look. Now, I understand that going from MKX to MK11 was a big upgrade and it was a necessary change, but now that you got the perfect solution, I don't see any reason why you should change the way they look again for the fourth time. As it stands right now, you have it. You have perfection in your hands. There is literally no reason for you to change this. And I'm speaking as if they're going to do it, and I don't know that 100%, but if they do, I'm just going to be incredibly frustrated. Again, I understand changing the face models from MKX to MK11 was probably a needed upgrade, but because of the inconsistency throughout the three games, it kind of just feels like the characters are just totally different, even though they're the same characters from MK9. Now, I will say that if the character was not an MK11, but they were an MKX and they're coming into MK12, I think it's okay to change their face because, well, they didn't get a chance to have a new face in MK11. So really what I'm talking about is the returning characters from MK11 into MK12. Keep the face models. Don't change anything. Please, let's have some consistency for the first goddamn time. And there it is, folks. Those are the three things that I would love to see come back into MK12. Let me know in the comments below what things you guys would like to see from MK11 carry over into the next game. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a big thumbs up and subscribe for all things Mortal Kombat. I'll see you guys in the next video.